Good morning, friends. Here are some articles from the papers, and I hope that these articles are very, very important to motivate us. And I would like to read one by one, and I hope it will bring drastic change in your lives. So, the first article is about we must do the best with what we have. Again, we must do the best with what we have. There are many reasons why you should develop the habit of performing more service and better service than what you are paid for. Despite the fact that a large majority of people are not rendering such service, there are two reasons for rendering such service which transcend importance on all the others. First, by establishing a reputation as being a person who always renders more service and better service than which he is paid for. He will benefit by the comparison with those around who do not render such service, and contrast will be noticeable. That there will be demand for surplus their services. Whether we are practicing sermons or policing the community or practicing law as a lawyer or teaching in school, we will be able to command greater pay the minute we gain recognition as a person fully committed to work. The most important reason why we should render more service than for which we are paid, a reason that is a basic and fundamental, may be described as a man dependable and trustworthy. Out of resistance comes strength. The strongest oak tree of the forest is not one that is protected from storm and heat, but it is the one which stands in the open, where it is compelled to struggle for its existence against the winds and rains and scoring sun. It is through the option of one natured law that struggle and resistance develop strength by performing more service than for which we are paid. We not only develop our service rendering qualities, but we build our reputation that we are valuable. If we are an employee, we make ourselves valuable by performing more service than we are paid. We can practically set our wages, and no sensible employee will stop doing that. For example, while writing doses of workers who write that he is hardworking and produces desired results in school. Children wait for teacher in the class because they enjoy his teaching, which he has prepared laboriously to enhance the knowledge of the student. If one is an employee in the factory and business is slack and product do not sell, the shrinker will be the one who will be retrenched or thrown out of decrease losses. Long ago, there was a king plagued by many worries, hearts every night in his sleep. He called his wise men together. He asked them to invent a motto of a few magic words that will help him in times of trial and distress. It must be brief enough to be engraved on the ring so that he could have it always before his eyes. It must be appropriate to every situation, useful in prosperity or in adversity. It must be motto, wise and true, endlessly endearing words which a man could be guided all his life in every circumstances. The wise men conferred, thought, and finally came to the king with their magic word. The words for every change of fortune was to fit every situation, good or bad. Words to ease the hurt and mind in every circumstances, and the words were this too shall pass away. This too shall pass away. Since then, even the poets and philosophers have repeated these five magic words over and over again, always with the same inspiring influence. I have carried these five words in my purse while in the police and later after retirement, while the tackling, handling education, culture, art, building, institution. The first lesson I learned in life was resist the temptation to criticize, condemn, complain, talk to people about the subject that interest. One can become a brilliant conversationalist by learning how to listen. Getting out of one's and getting into the other people's lives is rather difficult. Ronald Nell Tom wrote a book, Looking Out, Looking In. They say socially isolated people die earlier than those who strong social ties. Your self-esteem determines the level of your personality. The low self-esteem leads to failure, frustration, and flop, feeling inferior, incompetent, lowers our self-esteem. We should expect our strength and weakness both. Man is a mental creature. Everything that happens in result of way we think. If we change our quality of thinking, we automatically change and improve the quality of out of time. Out of life. The law of belief says that what we believe with feeling become a reality. If we love and respect ourselves and believe we are capable of accomplishing the great thing, we are almost certain to achieve what really intend. Remember that when we change out attitude and behavior, we change our performance and life. Everything depends on how we perceive and handle situation. Thank you so much.